welcome back to my channel and happy new year. So this video should be out in the new year, hopefully not too late in. I think it'll be the second week. When will that be? So it should be the 10th of January, which that's still the new year, so that's fine by me. On the 3rd of January, although I might switch them around, I'm not entirely sure. I've got a vlog going up and I've also got a new year video, so whatever way round I decide to do them, we'll soon find out. I wanted to do like a 2021 chat and just not even to reminisce on the year that we've had, because let's be honest, it's been a bit of a one. I swear I did one of these last year. I actually can't remember now. I just thought I would pop a little bit of makeup on. I'm not doing anything too drastic because let's be honest, where am I going? So I am filming this before New Year, as you can probably imagine, just so I have it filmed and ready, and also because I am, like I've mentioned in a few vlogs, I'm starting my new job on the 4th of January. So I decided to do a little bit of pre-recording because I can imagine after having basically the whole of December off that I'm going to be a little bit tired, and to be able to just sit and edit rather than having to film the video and edit, it does take off a lot of the, I wouldn't say pressure, but just a lot of the work load. Just using my little Ordinary, it's my favourite one at the minute. It's the serum foundation, not the thicker one, it's the more watery one, and I get it in 2.0 YG. I'd highly recommend this colour. How have we all been? I hope we all had a good new year. I'm not entirely sure. I think me and Callum are doing a little games night, which should be quite nice. There's not a great deal else we can do. We were meant to be in Weymouth, which is a little bit sad because we literally couldn't be there if we wanted to, because at the minute we can't move out of our tier, and we did take the decision at the beginning of the month. I think it was around about the 14th when things were changing and we knew there was a tier 4 coming. Well, I think me and Callum had spoke about there potentially being a tier 4 coming, but basically when everything started changing and we went back into tier 3, which was when I stopped working, we took the decision then before the tier 4 situation came about, because we just knew that it wasn't going to be great even if we could go. And as much as me and him would love and be pretty content with sitting in, sorry, I'm using the viewfinder at the minute, as much as me and him would both be pretty content with sitting in a hotel room with a takeaway, it's just in terms of money, not that everything should be about that, but in terms of money we would just rather save the money. And at this point as well, we've said that, you know, if we were to go away somewhere, that we'd much rather spend the money going to see my parents, because we do obviously have to spend a little bit to either travel there or for petrol. So yeah, we have decided that we'd rather keep that money for holidays, for savings, and for seeing my parents. So that's kind of the new year plans down the gutter, but I'm sure we'll have had a lovely time drinking nonetheless at home, playing some games. 2020, well, what a year. Well, to be honest, it doesn't feel like there's been much of a year. It was like January, February, and I remember I didn't really do a lot in January, February. I didn't even go out. Like the last time I went out was in December, just before, so December 2019. So the fact I actually haven't been out, I've been to pubs and stuff, but like in over a year is like ridiculous. 2020 just been a bit of a shambles. Good things to come from it. Obviously I started my little handmade business. That was nice, wasn't it? Well, I suppose I haven't really posted a lot about it on here, but it was nice to have a project. It kept me busy through the first lockdown, and yeah, I love arts and crafts. It's therapeutic, so I loved doing all of that. That's been a good thing to come from it. And then obviously, like I've already mentioned, I've got a new job coming. So for a new job, I feel like the lockdowns, especially the second one, because it was like the first one we were all a bit naive and we were like, oh, it's just a lockdown, it won't last long. Then it kind of ended, and then to go back into the second one, I think it was that kind of feeling of this isn't going away. So I sat down with myself. I had a little one-on-one chat with myself, and I just kind of thought, like, what do I want to actually do? Because a lot of people will go into a job and find, you know, like apprenticeships that lead somewhere, whereas I haven't had that. And since I've decided I'm not doing what I went to college for, which who knows, I might somewhere in the future pick it up again, and it, you know, I might fall into that line of work. And quite frankly, I am such a homebody, and I should have bloody knew this before I went to college, but I am such a homebody. I just want my own little house. I want it like my way, and I just want to be able to enjoy my little, have like my little safe haven. I love home, like back home. I love that little house and I love going back there. But yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? I just want to have my own little, my house. Some people love going everywhere and experiencing new things. By all means, I love that. I love a holiday. But I just, yeah, I think I've definitely made the right steps, and obviously this job, hopefully there is a few places that it could go, and eventualities that it could lead to. So fingers crossed. Bearing in mind I'm only 21, I have hopefully set myself up for what could be a nice little career path. I suppose my mindset has changed. I'm a lot more mature, which I am quite mature anyway, but I feel like I am a lot more mature. Next year, like I've said, it's mine and Callum's big save year. Hopefully this time next year we'll be sat here thinking, right, what we're going to do with it, or we need to now save this much money. Like hopefully we'll just be in a position where we've got a little bit more scope about where we're heading. At the minute, like the saving game is the saving side of finding a place to live is actually the longest part. Once you've done the saving, obviously it's probably the least complicated, but it is the longest because there's only so much one person can earn in 1 month unless you're selling pictures of your feet. Obviously one of my goals is to save. Second goal is to visit home as much as possible. Obviously we don't know what next year's going to bring. I'm trying to have a positive mindset because we literally have no idea what we're going to be in for, but a positive mindset is the first steps to something brilliant happening. Not much can happen off a negative mindset, so you're shooting yourself in the foot by starting with one. One of my goals is to visit home as much as possible. I want to go home. I want to see my grandparents. Obviously the main focus is to keep everybody safe and well, but yeah, that's one of my other goals for next year, is to be able to get home. And another goal for next year is to get a velvetizer from Hotel Chocolat, because I'm sick of seeing everyone have one and me not have one. And yeah, my last kind of two is obviously to be happy and healthy. I am feeling, despite the odds, despite everything that 2020 has thrown at me and everybody else. I love, what was that quote that I heard the other day? It was like, same storm, different boats, and I love that because that is so true. Like, you, just because someone could have a worse situation doesn't mean you're not going through something. So yeah, allow yourself the time to mope and be sad, because why not? There's nothing good that comes from internalizing and suppressing all the emotions. Anyway, yeah, so to be happy and healthy, obviously with everything that's going on, health is just a huge one. Happiness, being cooped up, especially now for the third time round, it is really starting to take its toll. Plus not seeing my own family, and it's what, yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? It comes with this. It's a package deal. Coronavirus and happiness being on that rocky little path. And yeah, by all means I am happy, but it's one of those things where you can have big ups and you can have huge downs. So I just hope to be healthy and happy. I think that is just what this year has taught us. My final one is to be fit physically and mentally. I feel like this year has been a huge year for me. 2019 was when I graduated college. Since I left college up until when the first lockdown started, I was working out 5 to 7 days a week. Like, that's huge. And knowing I wasn't going into that career or that line of work, now I look at it and I think, Amy, that was ridiculous. You were working out 5 to 7 days a week, working your life around fitness because you thought you had to maintain this, because of how disciplined and drilled in to my head it was that I had to look a certain way. And then obviously lockdown came. I continued through lockdown for the first 4 weeks to do 7 days a week fitness, which is ridiculous. I wouldn't advise it to anyone unless you're like an Olympian, then you might have to do it. Through the first lockdown, I did fitness every day, and then I almost did that, it's like that binge purge type thing, and I did fitness every day for 4 weeks, and then I spent 3 weeks doing nothing. And then gradually since then, since about April, May time, I've kind of like plodded along and still trying, might I add, to just find that happy medium of working out, being healthy, because working out ultimately is to help your body's functions, to keep you fit and healthy. But I also want to regain that working out because I enjoy it, but then not doing it so much to the point where it's actually having a negative impact. So gradually that's what I've been doing. I've been listening to my body a lot more. The last workout I did was 2 days ago, and I might do one tomorrow morning, but I'll see how I feel. And that's the kind of attitude that I'm having to it. Like, I want to keep myself fit and healthy from a medical point of view. Like, I want to be a fit and healthy 21-year-old. It's that balance of physical and mental health. Like, I want to be physically fit, but I don't want to be physically fit and my mental fitness to be down here. I want to get that balance of, like, yeah, being physically fit, but also being physically fit in a way that accommodates and helps mentally. Does that make sense? Probably not, but it does for me, and that's fine. Right, on this note, because now I'm just going to go around houses, I'm gonna go watch Bridgerton. If you haven't watched Bridgerton, go and watch it now. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if it was a little bit rambly. That's what happens when I'm left with a camera to talk to by myself. But yeah, I hope you have a lovely start to the year. Let's just all be positive and hope we get a little bit more from this year. I think this is going to be a good year. I can feel it. Even whatever the world chucks at us, I feel like now we have learned not to be naive about things. So yes, sending all my love. I hope everyone is well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.